Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And there just seemed to be some damage control maybe going on.
I don't know. I saw this and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, so there was an article in the New York Times, friendly media outlet, the New York Times, talking about how lenient Disney is with Star Wars fan filmmakers, how much they appreciate the fandom and Star Wars fans, and it comes hot
as long as they have the right opinions.
Right? It comes hot on the heels of this debacle from Lucasfilm's Pablo Hidalgo, where he attacked a known Star Wars YouTuber who also created fan films, and I gotta wonder if this isn't just damage control. Like, oh, we love our fans. We really do.
Yeah.
Because the same guy was also copyright struck by Lucasfilm.
Yes, and it took a lot of fans raising hell to get them to fix it.
Yeah, so there's something going on. There's something going on here. We're going to talk about that. So before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 168,000 subs.
Woo!
Hoping for 200,000 soon. That would be pretty awesome. That would be pretty cool. Lucasfilm doesn't like us very much because
I'm sure I don't.
Talk about Star Wars. Hey, we like old Star Wars. We like parts of The Mandalorian.
I just don't like hypocrisy and bullshit. I mean, that's just my thing.
Well, we know that Lucasfilm, being part of the Disney machine now, has access to media outlets that George Lucas himself even wouldn't have had access to. That basically somebody at the mouse can just pick up the phone and say, "Hey, we're looking pretty bad."
They won't say that.
They won't now.
You're not allowed to. You have to have it follow. They would have said something good news first. You have to say good news before you can say bad news.
Right. So this is what I think is going on. I think because of the pushback, again, coming from Variety, that Pablo Hidalgo reopened wounds. Mm-hmm. That the fandom is divided.
I can't believe he did that. They were doing. I mean, with the fandom, they were moving. They were making strides. They were, getting some goodwill back, and then they would. I just still can't wrap my head around why you would even do that.
Because he doesn't think, and they think.
Well, no, it's like he's personally mad because it's not his version of what he wanted it to be. Is what the whole thing is.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before. I mean, if there isn't an actual civil war going on at Lucasfilm, it's clear that there are different factions that feel differently about what the future of Star Wars looks like. And Hidalgo seemed nonplussed by Luke Skywalker coming back. And he just seems I'll be honest, Pablo Hidalgo doesn't seem to enjoy his job very much, and he does not enjoy the fans very much. He's made many derogatory comments about the fans. I'm like, find another job, dude. You could be an Uber driver. You could work for Amazon. Mm-hmm. You could start an OnlyFans.
No,
whatever you want to do, right? If you don't like the fans, you don't like Star Wars fandom, you probably should not be in the position you're in.
Right, agreed.
Because that comes with the territory, right? But this hit Variety that his tweets attacking this YouTuber, Star Wars Theory, for crying at the sight of Luke Skywalker returning in The Mandalorian, started up the talk of the divide, I guess, between Lucasfilm and the fans, and how there's a lot of damage that's been done. And to do damage control, again, this is Variety. This is a publication that people at Disney read. They're probably,
everybody in Hollywood reads it. It's been like the go-to publication for decades.
They're probably like, oh, shit, So here comes this article in the New York Times that you pointed out to me today. The Force and the Lenient Disney.
Yeah, I love that.
No such thing. George
Lucas used to let people do fan stuff all the time. I know there was fan webcomics, like they had the Blue Milk special, and there's different things, and he didn't have a problem with it. Now, when Disney took over, there were a lot more issues. Disney is ridiculously protective of their IP. I can tell you this for a fact.
They were going around the San Diego Comic-Con, and people that had Star Wars and Marvel art, they were not happy with them.
Right, they were going to. I don't know if it was that one, but I know they were going to the conventions and they were taking down people who had art pieces based on their IP. People get struck all the time. They wouldn't let people put Spider-Man on a tombstone. They went after a daycare for having Disney stuff on a wall. Yeah. But now they're the lenient Disney, who's all about the fans.
Yeah, bullshit. This is not true. This is not true. I'm telling you, this is not true. This is them trying to save face with the fandom. So the Force and the Lenient Disney is with Star Wars fan filmmakers, whether as tribute or corrective These movies have proliferated in recent years in part because the studio's trilogy has inspired
Disney's trilogy has inspired, not Star Wars in general. Disney's trilogy.
Yeah.
Okay, now you tell me this wasn't, put out there for a reason.
Well, they go about the history of, talking about the history of Star Wars inspired fan films, troops and hardware wars and all of that. They said they had an annual movie contest in the decade before Disney bought it. And
George Lucas didn't seem too bothered by it.
But Disney's stewardship, coupled with the wide availability of higher quality movie making tools, has inaugurated a new era of fan creativity.
Oh my God! You might want to stand up there in New York Times. You got a little something on your mouth and your nose,
all over your chest, on the floor. They've been holding it in for
God, Disney came along with Star Wars, so now fans can be creative. It was just all because of Disney that Star Wars matters. Oh my God, you can't even.
Some filmmakers credit Disney with raising viewership for their tribute.
Yeah, probably because people would rather watch their movies than the Disney ones.
Right? A New York Times analysis of 150 fan films on YouTube with 100,000 views or more found that more than 75% were uploaded in the 6 years since the debut for The Force Awakens. Again, I don't think it's because they're happy with Disney Star Wars. I think it's like you said, they want Star Wars to roll back the clock a little bit. They want original trilogy characters.
Or they forgot about it for years, and now they're like, oh, Star Wars is a thing again. What's other people doing? But yeah, they're looking for something. They want Star Wars, but they want somebody else's Star Wars.
Here they talk about others chafe against Disney's narrative choices. Some have revived characters and plot lines that the studio dropped or that hark back to an older era of Star Wars. In a moment, both brought excitement and deep disillusionment with the franchise. At least they admit that.
No. Later they insult people.
Oh, okay. These works have flexed fandom muscle in a creative tug of war over whom the galaxy really belongs to. Who really owns Star Wars? So they talk about Kenobi having 5.7 million views on YouTube. It was an opportunity to redeem the franchise for fans like himself, which is cool. And the guy who did it said he was quick to add, this short was not meant to stoke negativity toward Disney.
Well, of course he doesn't want to say that because he doesn't want to get copyright struck like the other guy did.
Yeah, right? Like you're doing an article about, and Disney's going to be like, what's this guy's name again? Yeah.
Yeah. Now here's what they get.
Here we go.
Disney has encouraged fan creativity and invited disagreements over its creative choices.
Bullshit! Yeah. You are lying, you motherfuckers! You're lying!
You're out there calling fans names all the damn time and you do nothing about it. But you encourage discussion. Ryan Johnson was calling other fans in like man babies, everything else.
Pablo Hidalgo.
It gets better.
Come on, you're lying.
Better. That's one of the beauties of Star Wars, that it sparks this kind of conversation and that kind of passion. You mean when you're calling everybody incels, man babies, istinphobes, women were internalized misogynists because they said, well, I don't really like the female characters and they're kind of Mary Sue. You mean like that?
When your people are out there mocking, fan filmmakers.
Hey, Lucasfilm spokeswoman Lynn Hale, we always welcome the debate. They have proof of Lucasfilm mocking YouTubers, mocking Raylos, mocking fans, putting an X across Luke Skywalker's face, all that stuff. But they welcome conversation. Okay, Lynn. We welcome. Okay, then please go listen to all the videos, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that are on YouTube that would like to have a conversation. Okay, but the discourse can have a dark side, but you went too far. After the recent trilogy centered women and people of color far more than the early Star Wars movies, some fans fueled online harassment of performers or critiqued female characters in misogynistic ways. No, they didn't. They said that Rey was a damn Mary Sue because Rey is a damn Mary Sue. I'm sorry if you don't like it, but she is. If you wanted them not to be, I'm a woman, so fuck you. Sorry, Mom, but you can't call me misogynist if I'm critiquing the female characters and I'm a woman. Bullshit. Some fans deliberately reject the toxicity. Some fan films.
The good fans.
More diverse casting means richer stories and more nuanced stories and more perspectives within the galaxy. No, it doesn't. It just means there's diversity. That's all it means. It doesn't mean they're more nuanced. It doesn't mean they're richer. I'm so tired of hearing this. Because not everybody's white. I'm like, not everybody was white in the first one. Not everybody was male in the first ones. God, stop with your lies.
You had a... God. You had a black lead character in The Force Awakens, and you turned him into a freaking joke.
Yes.
In the second movie.
For the Mary Sue woman. White woman.
Right. It was so bad that John Boyega wound up having to have a sit down with Kathleen Kennedy about how misused that Finn was.
And they went on for how many years after The Last Jedi saying that it was a vocal minority who hated this stuff, but it was the vocal minority was such a large group of people, and most of the fandom, as it turned out, that you had to backpedal with The Mandalorian and bring Luke Skywalker back in to redeem him to make fans happy across the board. Want to discuss that? Yes, but by all means, it's all because people are toxic, and that most people don't like it, and they don't like diverse, rich stories. You're full of crap.
Movie-making fans of other fantasy franchises have complex relationships with the companies that own them. They're probably talking about, I'm guessing, I know Star Trek, they had a problem with the fan films and all that. Star Wars fan films do walk a legal tightrope.
Yes, I'm telling you straight out, it's Disney.
Yeah, Disney asked that they be clearly marked, not raise money through crowdfunding, omit copyrighted media, and do not profit from ticket sales or online ads.
Yeah, but a lot of this stuff came out after the fact. It wasn't like it was, here are the rules from the very beginning. It basically took people getting in trouble for things for them to put these rules out. And now they're acting like they're all, and it took a lot of backlash for them to put these rules out. So now they're retroactively trying to act like they were on board with it the whole time, when they weren't. They went out of their way to shut stuff down. And now they're retroactively coming out, oh, we gave them these rules. They can't follow that. That's on them.
Yeah, so they talk about how James Arnold Taylor, who voiced Kenobi on the Clone Wars, he was involved in the Kenobi series, and that kind of violated the rules because it crosses the professional boundary, I guess. But, we wait until we get like 12 paragraphs in to talk about this. Because this is very interesting. I do believe Star Wars theory is at the center of all of this. I think it was Pablo Hidalgo basically going on the offensive and attacking him on Twitter and all of the drama that opened up all these wounds. And basically, the fandom right now does not have a good relationship with Lucasfilm, but this wasn't his first run-in. He actually had his Vader fan film, which obeyed all the rules.
Well, no, he used music or something.
Okay. Well, it was struck down by...
No, didn't he have new music? I thought he had music that sounded similar, but it wasn't. I can't remember. I'll have to go look. But I think if I remember right, people were saying it wasn't the actual copyrighted music.
I don't remember exactly. He did have a copyright strike. Lucasfilm did step in after media backlash.
Oh, yeah. No, it wasn't just media backlash. The fans went ballistic.
Right. It was Warren Chappell Publishing, which is one of the most disgusting entities on YouTube, by the way. They will strike you for anything.
Because they get to keep the money.
Right. They are. They're basically like bill collectors. They're parasites, and they basically get a cut of the ad revenue. So, they strike anything they can strike. So he did get this reversed, and he was really upset, and I don't blame him at all for being upset. But now here we go where they mention it just kind of offhandedly. Like, some who try to observe the rules have run into trouble. Warren Chappell, which shares some Star Wars music rights with Lucasfilm, in 2019 claimed copyright over a Darth Vader fan film, Shards of the Past, posted on YouTube. A torrent of online criticism followed, accusing the company of seeking to profit from the work.
Copyright struck them, they still took all the money. They still took all the money from the ad views, and the company they took it. Yes.
Lucasfilm ultimately intervened, but Hale from Lucasfilm said she could not comment.
Right. So they're making this whole thing, mentioning it because everybody else is going to call it out. But Hale, she's going on about how she's open to conversation, but she won't comment on this. The same person, we're welcome to conversation. We're open to it. We encourage it. Unless you're talking about that, then I can't comment because my lawyers say I can't.
This is damage control. This article is damage control because of the Pablo Hidalgo situation. I'm going to tell you, as a guy who worked in marketing and PR.
And worked with Disney.
This is what they're going to do. They're going to be like, well, Lucasfilm is looking pretty bad right now. We need to make Lucasfilm look good and Disney look good.
We got the New Republic coming out. We got to make it. We got to get it fixes before then.
Yeah, we want people to buy those garbage books about diversity and dinosaurs. So we got to make sure that the fans are on board. That Disney loves you, people. We love you, peasants. Give us money. Give Mickey some money. So this is. This is what this is. And they're just like, oh, they love their fans. Just play by the rules. But even if you play by the rules, you might get struck.
Well, they weren't clear about about the rules until after the fact. And now
Right.
they're retroactively trying to make it look like they've always been on board. They've always been clear. They have not. That's been the problem. And before, and it's no wonder people thought they could do it because people have been doing it for years and it was okay before. Disney takes it, and then that's where the trouble starts.
Here a fan game was shut down. As the films grow technically more artful, they have also grown more expensive. They talk about the budget. I mean, some of these fan films look as good or better than some of the stuff that
100%.
Lucasfilm's producing.
They did the deep fakes of Luke, and it was much better than what Lucasfilm put out.
And they said, well, you should still make the fan films. You shouldn't stop making the fan films because...
Well, make sure you have a legal fund.
Right. Yeah, right. Because that means that even though the movies are financial losses in advertising for Disney, you can get YouTube subs, you can get sponsors for future work, or it can open doors to professional opportunities.
Disney realizes that benefits them because it's like their Instagram walls. You're going to take pictures of their walls and hashtag it Disney Wall and promote them. You're going to promote Star Wars, and they think it's going to be like free advertising. You can't make any money off it. Only they can make money off of it. But you can spend thousands of dollars to promote it for free for them. Yeah, that's fine.
It's free advertising. Yeah,
not after they got in trouble a couple years ago for their shit.
Yeah,
now you can. Now it's okay. If you want to have a conversation, just contact that Lynn person.
Lynn Hale.
Yeah, just contact Lynn Hale.
Yeah, there you go. I think this is. I think
she loves conversations.
But she won't answer questions like, "What's up with this?" We can't talk about.
There you go.
I don't know, guys. I think it's all bullshit. I think it's bullshit to lull the fandom into a false sense of security, that to make the fans believe that they are actually valuable to Lucasfilm. But we've seen it otherwise, time and time again.
There's all kinds of evidence of them mocking fans.
Oh, yeah.
Over at Lucasfilm all the time. There's not just one side. Well, it's because they make fun of people on Twitter and the toxic people. They were the people that were the Raylos that were like their supporters. They were mocking you guys too.
Yeah.
They are Star Wars, bitch.
Yeah. This is who Lucasfilm is right now. Pablo Hidalgo is indicative of who Lucasfilm is right now. And I'm sorry, I would not spend hundreds. I mean, your miles may vary, but I would not spend $100,000 making a fan film for a company that's just going to shit in my mouth.
Ew, that sounds gross. I'm sure there's a market for that, but that's not here.
Right, take $100,000, make another Human Centipede, and it's the same thing. I don't know. Anyway, this has gotten off.
Yes. Why did you make it this way?
Wait, you said it would cost more than that to make Human Centipede?
Yeah, it would. But why would? why did you take it down this path?
Because Squid King and I were talking about the other night, like who came up with that idea for that movie and why.
God.
Anyway,
Kneon leads to perversion, and perversion leads to the dark side.
I am a Sith. We're gonna wrap this up.
You would be a Sith. No question.
I would be.
I don't know what I'd be.
I'd be a nice Sith.
I think I'd be a gray Jedi.
There's no such thing, according to people.
I know. But I'm saying if there was such a thing, that would be me. Because I don't think I'm clear. I'm not clearly a Jedi, and I'm not really Sith. But I could go both ways. I'm a bi Jedi.
Bi Jedi.
I'm bi Jedi.
Jedi.
A Jedi. I'm a Jedi. I'm a Jedi. There, you've heard it here first. I'm a Jedi.
You're a Jedi. I think I'd be more along the lines of like Count Dooku, where he's a bad guy, but he thinks he's a good guy. He's not really completely terrible, just mostly.
You mean Darth Cuckoo?
Darth Cuckoo. Oh, yeah.
That's who Squid King used to call him.
Squid King used to call him when he was little. He used to watch Clone Wars, and he called him Darth Cuckoo.
Darth Cuckoo.
Because it was Count Dooku.
So
Darth Cuckoo.
He's going to kill us right now.
You love Darth Cuckoo.
I'd be a Jedi. Because I could go either way depending on how I feel and who what I'm attracted to at that time.
So I think we're done. Mm-hmm. We're done with this conversation.
Yeah. But I'm so much more marketable now.
I know, but you're only attracted to me, right?
I was meaning like what I was after at that given point in time.
Okay, well, I could give you whatever you want. The dark side is powerful. I could whatever you want. I'll just make all kinds of empty promises. And probably have a catch there. I don't know. I'm going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe.
Yep.
More pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.